Hey, so I'm going to try to teach how to play Magic. So the game of Magic is played with a deck of cards, and it's going to have spells and lands that produce mana so that you can cast those spells. So I'm just going to run over really quick kind of what you do. So to start the game, each player draws 7 cards. Alright, then you decide who goes first. So normally you play with 2 people, but you can play it with many more people. It is very fun with a lot of people. Whoever goes first does not draw a card from their library. So this is the library. If you go second, then you draw. And on each subsequent turn, you would also draw a card. Alright, so to start the turn, you start with your main phase, and on that you kind of want to just you want to play mana if you have it. So this is mana. This one produces a red or a white, and this one produces a red. You only play 1 land a turn, so you want to be able to make all your land drops. So you're going to start by playing the land. Now this land says that when it comes into the battlefield, you have to tap it. So you can't use it the first turn that you use it or you play it, which is disappointing at times, but for the first turn, it's good to play. So that would be 1 normal turn. And then you'd pass it to your opponent, and then your opponent would play lands, play spells, and then pass it back. And then on your turn, you untap your stuff, and then you draw a card from the library, and then you get to play a land. Only 1 land, though. And then you get to play a spell, if you can. So you have 2 red, or a red and a white. So looking at our cards here, you have this guy costs that 1 colorless symbol there, the one with the circle, means it just has to be 1 of anything. It can be red, it can be white. And that means and that symbol there means you have to use a white symbol. So if we look here, this produces white, so you can tap it and you add white to your mana pool. And then this is red, so you can tap this and you can play this guy. So this guy, he's a creature. He's got first strike, and when he cruises a vehicle, the vehicle gains first strike until end of turn. So pretty nifty abilities. Alright. The turn you play a creature, you cannot attack with it, but you can defend with it. The exception to that rule is this card here. This guy says haste. So just like how this guy says first strike, which is an ability, this guy says haste. And haste means that when you cast this creature, you can use him the turn he comes into play, and each subsequent turns. So if I played him, I could attack right away. But there's no need to do that right now. Alright, so you played a creature, you tapped your mana, you have nothing else that you can do. So you would pass your turn, you'd go to your opponent would do their stuff, and then pass back to you. So the first thing you do is untap all your stuff, draw a card from the library. Oh, we did not get a land. Alright, so then we're going to try to play this guy here. So this guy requires 1 red mana and 1 of any other color. So we're going to tap this for red and tap this for red. And we're going to play this guy. Alright. And then we are going to attack. So when you attack the opponent, that starts combat. And this is basically one of the ways you can win the game. So we're going to give the opponent this creature for right now. Alright, so when you declare attacking, you decide who you want to attack with, and then you tap them to signify that they are attacking. There is a keyword like First Strike and Haste that makes it to where you don't have to tap. It is called Vigilance. This guy here has Vigilance. So if you had him, you could attack and he would stay upright. Alright, so here's combat now. So as the attacker, I don't do much. I just say who I'm attacking with, and that's it. As the defender, I can decide who I want to block. So I can block this guy, or I can block this person. Alright. So we'll have him block this person. Alright. So how combat happens is you compare your power to the creature's shields, their toughness. This is their life points, their lifeblood. So this guy has 3 strength, and this thing has 1 health. So this would do 3 damage to this, and if the creature gets down to 0 health, then the creature is dead. But it happens at the same time, so this creature would attack this one, and this one would attack this one. So this one has 2 attack, and this guy has 2 health. So this thing would attack this and deal 2 damage, making its 2 health go down to 0. This thing would attack this thing for 3 damage, and reducing its health to -2 technically. And at the end of combat, both these guys would die. So that would just go away. And then this thing, since it wasn't blocked, will do 2 damage to the other wizard. Or your opponent, sorry. So, one exception is with this combat, because this thing has First Strike, this is where it's pretty nifty. So this thing has 3 power, and this thing's got 2 power. So they would kill each other normally, just like this one over here, because this also has 2 and 1 power, 2 power and 1 toughness. But this has a keyword called First Strike. So First Strike means that it strikes before everybody else. So while these 2 guys were fighting, this guy already swung in there and did damage. So if these 2 would have, or if he would have blocked here, then this guy would have ran in here and killed him, because he's got 2 power, and he's got 2 health, and this guy would not be able to swing back on him. Okay. Well, that's my quick tutorial on how to play. I hope you enjoy.